My name's Rachel Kahn. I'm the project's director with Amigos Bravos. We're a statewide river protection organization. We work to protect and restore the waters of New Mexico. I'm here today on the Rio Grande in celebration of 50 years of the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act. It coincides with the 30th birthday of our organization, Amigos Bravos. We kicked off as an organization throwing a 20-year birthday party for the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act. We work to protect the beautiful, clean waters of our state. We think wild and scenic river protections are incredibly important for protecting the flows of our river. Once a river receives wild and scenic protections, all diversions are stopped. So you can't divert anymore off of the river once it's protected as wild and scenic, and that's critically important, especially here in northern New Mexico, where our water is so scarce and so precious, and our rivers need every last drop they can get.
The Rio Grande and Red River in northern New Mexico were among the original 8 rivers designated by Congress as wild and scenic in 1968. The current designated area includes 56 miles of the Rio Grande from the Colorado-New Mexico state line to just beyond the BLM's county line recreation site and the lower 4 miles of the Red River. The Rio Grande flows out of the snow-capped Rocky Mountains in Colorado and journeys 1,900 miles to the Gulf of Mexico. The designated wild and scenic stretch of the Rio Grande flows through a spectacular 800-foot deep rift where layers of volcanic basalt and ash pattern the canyon walls. The river gorge is home to numerous species of wildlife, including bighorn sheep, river otters, and the Rio Grande cutthroat trout. The area has attracted human activity since prehistoric times. Evidence of ancient use is found throughout the area in the form of petroglyphs and prehistoric dwelling sites. Recreation opportunities include biking, camping, fishing, hiking and backpacking, wildlife viewing, horseback riding, and whitewater boating. In June of 2017 at the Rally for the Rio, we asked folks what the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act meant to them.
The reason that wild and scenic protection is important is because to keep the waters pure, they have to be protected from the people that don't care about clean water and would dirty it and poison it for everybody else.
It's really important to protect our rivers because they're our lifeblood. They really are.
Wild rivers are essential to New Mexico. I think of them as weaving together communities and weaving together communities with the land around them in New Mexico. And what I find remarkable is that it doesn't matter who you talk to in New Mexico, one of the things that they'll say is most important to them are the rivers.
The only way to protect a free-flowing river is to have it as a wild and scenic river.
These things are lent to us by our children, there's that quotation, and it's just such a special thing that we really need to take responsibility for and change our relationship to these places and know that they're really a gift to us and not something that we should take for granted.
So wild and scenic river protections are important. I mean, when you drink water, that nourishes your body, but when you're in a wild and scenic place, that nourishes your soul. So I think it's really important to have an area where people can come out and breathe clean air, see a beautiful scenery, and the wild and scenic rivers and the protections afforded them and the designation are so important so that more Americans can get out and feed their soul.
We also asked folks why clean water is important.
Why is clean water important to me? I couldn't live without it.
It's a general quality of life issue. People want clean water. They want to be able to have their kids swim. They want to not feel like they're going to step on fish hooks or broken glass. And having a community that cares and protects the river, allows that to happen. It allows us to have those places that are cared for by the people, by the local government agencies, and a place we can all enjoy and love.
Clean water is important not only for the environment, but also for all the animals that live in the river and for people who like to farm.
It's like what you, to take that cliche, water is life. And so without water, I mean, what are we? We're nothing. So we have to have it, and clean water is paramount as far as I'm concerned.
Well, especially in an arid state like New Mexico, clean water is just, it's life. I mean, there's not enough water. We have to take care of the water resources that we have. I think with global climate change, you know, that's going to be even more precarious. So we need a lot of engaged citizens to work with us to protect New Mexico's watersheds.
Clean water is important to me because, well, all the fish that are in there, the animals, protecting them. The otter now, you know, we eat the fish, and it's good for us too.
Clean.
That's right.
It's alive.
Yep,
Good
right.
to eat.
Yeah.
It's important to protect the clean waters of New Mexico because water is everything. Agua es vida. We are water. Most people know that a majority of their bodies is water, and so we're all connected by water. Every time you take a breath, you're breathing in water that's connected with all other water. We're all connected, so it's got to be clean, it's got to be pure for us to have good quality life.
Join us in celebrating 50 years of protecting our greatest national resource, clean and free-flowing rivers.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wild and Scenic Rivers Act. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
Woo!
50 years. Way to go. Many more.